back to another Fwoosh Quickie. And I know what you're thinking, 2 quickies in a row. 2 quickies in 2 days, actually. I can hear it in your brain. Man, that's unheard of stamina for a man his age. But I couldn't help it. There's more Star Wars to talk about, and I can't pass it up. I had a review all lined up, but I woke up to this. And that would be the Bandai Star Wars A New Hope, Han Solo and Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper disguise model kits. Now if you go back to the Quickie yesterday, I said this. Model kit line has been silent for a little bit, just some re-releases, some redos, and that's still true. Sure, it isn't Forlom, sure, it's not IG-88, but Bandai kind of went, we have something for you. And I'm like, I don't want anything different, I want this. And they're like, you're gonna have to try this. Just give it a try, see what you think. And sure, I don't have these model kits in hand, but the model kit Stormtrooper is probably still my favorite kit. Yes, Grievous blows everything out of the water, but just for sheer shelf dynamics, see the quality and the density of the shelf dynamics extrapolated by the number of units sold and the price brought along with blah 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 blah. Sometimes I don't even know where I'm going. The Stormtrooper model kit is the only, well, I could almost say only figure that I have the same figure of multiple times on the shelf. That's how good this damn thing is. Sure, I got the Sandtrooper kits, but they're clean Stormtroopers in my display, so that just adds to that. So I actually have 4. I know some of you crazy bastards have more than that. You've built way more than that. You have whole armies and such. But for me to put more than 1 up on the shelf, that's a big deal. Not in the grand scheme of things, just in my room because of the space. Not, Robo has many a Stormtrooper. No, nothing like that. But there's also the fact that out of all the Black Series figures that have been released, 1 or 2 of the few that I skipped is Luke and Han in Stormtrooper gear. I don't know why. I remember seeing them, and I thought, don't need them. Hell, I bought a Zuvio, but didn't buy those? I don't know. It's almost like I had some kind of premonition that these would come in a better form someday. I'm picturing $1 million, picturing $1 million, picturing $1 million. So given past model kits, we know the body's good. It comes down to the heads. And I've said for a long time that I thought the model kit line would never give us humans. It gave us Yoda, but that's an alien. You throw some wash on there, your mind kind of tricks you. It's not something you see every day, unless you look at Yoda every day. I wouldn't blame you. But for human faces, it's so ingrained in our brains that we can see small little faults. So I thought, never gonna happen, we gotta paint them ourselves. That's gonna cut out some of the customers who don't want to go through that much work to have figures like this. So Bandai said, you know what, to hell with all that, we'll just print the faces on. Now there's also pictures floating around where it looks unprinted. I'm not sure if this is an extra face piece in the box that comes along for the people who prefer to paint their own stuff. Hey, options are not a bad thing. But it looks like for those of us who don't want to go through that much trouble, there will be printed faces. In fact, it's called, what is it called? Triaxial Jet Finish. I heard he's next in line to lead the Autobots after Rodimus. Sure, the skin is a little bit shiny. Sure, the eyes look a little bit dead, maybe a little bit light. But again, we're seeing macro pictures of these, not in-person pictures. The printing may look different in hand. But that opens up a whole nother audience of the people who just, you know, I want to build a model kit, I want the action figure on the shelf, I don't want to go through all this extra work. Now, even then, Bandai is not done. They could have given us the same body for both. The Stormtrooper body has the drop-down hips like most Bandai figures. You could have pulled it down a little bit, made Han taller, pushed him in a little bit, made Luke shorter, but they actually come with separate pieces for the hips. Luke's are shorter, Han's are taller. It's going to give you a size difference. That's going the distance right there. That's that little extra consideration that even if I didn't want Luke and Han in Stormtrooper gear, I would probably still buy it just to support stuff like this. But even if you're just wanting more Stormtroopers, it also comes with the bucket. I figure it's not empty. It doesn't go over the head. I figure it has the neck joint. Even though the neck joint is different from the standard Stormtrooper kit by having flesh up at the top of the neck. I can't remember what that thing's called, the cover. It doesn't actually show them wearing the helmet or having the helmet on as a plain Stormtrooper. It has them holding it. So I'm not sure. That's just me speculating. It could be an empty, but I figure it's just another head. Luke is listed at 15 centimeters, Han at 15.5. That's because of the extra hip length. It's listed as coming with the heavy blaster, the regular blaster, and then the pistol. There's several sets of hands, the trigger fingers, the fists, the open hands. It does come with decals. I don't know, maybe the unprinted face will come with decals for the eyes, or I think the Stormtrooper also has Oh yeah, around the helmet it has some decals. Now both of them are listed at about $30. Han is listed for April, Luke is listed for May. Now that comes to the point that these are a little bit harder to get for markets outside Japan. Disney still stops this from going to outside markets, so you'll either have to have a friend overseas, or most of the kits show up on Amazon about a month after release. Yes, they come slow shipping from overseas, but at least we'll be able to get the kits. Disney just needs to lift that ban. And then finally, how much does this open the door for future model kits? With the face hurdle pretty much looking like it's been surpassed, they could pick any character in the Star Wars universe now to make as a model kit. Could we get our Leia here? Now we still run into the fact that they're having a problem with soft goods with the hard plastic of robes, so characters like Leia, I don't know how much I'd want to see in the model kit line, or Jedi with big robes. It's the problem we have with Vader. Yes, the articulation is all there, but man, it's got a candy coating shell over it that kind of limits how you pose it. But could we see a Han? Could we see a Lando? Could we see a Jin? Can I get a Bodhi to finish my Rogue One set? My wish list for the model kit line hasn't completely changed because there's still some droids I'd like to see, but this adds a whole nother aspect to the wish list here. All these companies stepping up their game, and it's just hell on the wallet. Now I had a couple comments yesterday of, you could still get excited about Star Wars after The Last Jedi? And I'm not going to say too much about it. Whatever. If you hate it, you hate it. If you love it, you love it. If you like it, you like it. And I'm in the like category. It's like pizza. You grow up eating a certain kind of pizza. You've eaten that pizza for 25, 30, 40 years. You enjoy that pizza. You're used to it. Whenever you come home, you go to that pizza place and you go, yes, give me a pizza. Awesome. Love it. Out. But you don't love everything about that pizza place. I don't dig on olives. I don't eat pizza with mushrooms on it. So I leave that, but I grab everything I do like whenever I go back to that pizza place. But if I'm out of town and I go to a pizza place and I do not like it, I'm not going back. But while I'm there, I'm going to pick off a pepperoni here. I may try the breadsticks, maybe a salad. I'll alternate things that I do like there. And in situations like that, yeah, you could say, don't go to that pizza place because that pizza place sucks. But don't keep going back to the pizza place if you don't like it. Or even worse, which is just blows my freaking mind, why go back home and then refuse to go to your childhood pizza place even though Frank's still there making the pizzas like he always has? They're using the same ingredients, it's run by the same people, it's the same thing, but you refuse to go there because you got a bad pizza somewhere else. I don't... So yeah, I still like this pizza, and I'm okay with this pizza, but I don't have to go... There's this pizza over here too, the prequel pizza. I still pick certain things off of it. I don't like a lot of the place, but I do have a favorite little thing here and there. And it's the same way for the sequel pizza. I'm okay with that, but the original trilogy pizza, that's my hometown pizza. That's where I'll always go back to. And then I heard they're building a pizza place over here too. I'm going to try that because just because that place is bad doesn't mean this place is gonna be bad. I just like pizza. That's all I'm trying to say. Whew, I need to calm down. Sweat. Anyway, whatever. If you like this Fwoosh Quickie, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.